recorded on YouTube and in the online oneg so that folks can listen in later if they'd like. Okay, we are going to work on finger picking today, which is a totally new skill, and we're also going to learn how to read tablature. This was Amy's request, I know. So I want to talk a little bit about finger picking because it's a very different way of playing ukulele. Let me roll up my sleeve. If you have long sleeves, you may want to do that as well. You want to sort of have some room there. Okay, so what we're going to do, let me get in close so you can see my hand here. Okay, so what we're going to do, when I want you to, we're working on our right hand today. So we're going to be much closer to the sound hole. First of all, we're not going to be up here where we're playing. We're going to be right over that sound hole, towards where the fretboard is. And then what I want you to do is arrange your fingers so that your thumb, index, second, and third each have a string, and that they're roughly on top of each other vertically. Right? If you look at it this way, you can see that they're basically on top of each other, right? They're not spread out like that, so that they're a different, right? They're basically on top of each other. So we're coming in from the side. Here comes Kathleen. So again, thumb. Give it 1 second for Kathleen to join. Hey, Kathleen, welcome. Okay, you've missed nothing. We just got started, but we're working on a whole new skill. We're going to work on finger picking today. So I just started by saying we want you to have this hand coming in so that the thumb, index, second, and third, that these fingers right here are each getting their own string, and that they're on top of each other, basically. They don't have to be exactly on top, but you want them vertically on top of each other. You don't want them spread out like this, right? You want them basically vertical on top of each other. And then what I want you to practice here, I'm going to make sure everyone's muted while you practice this. Go ahead and practice this. Is we are going to play, you can put your finger down to play a C chord is probably the easiest, just so it sounds nice. And then I want you to practice just going thumb, index, middle, ring, thumb, index, middle, ring. Let me turn on original sound. Thumb, index, middle, ring, thumb, index, middle, ring. Now keep doing that, and I want you to try to do it with me in beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, show of thumbs real quick. Ups, downs, middles. How easy or hard is this? Great. Okay, I'm seeing all thumbs up. So now what we're going to do is I want you to go in the other direction. We're going to go ring, middle, index, thumb. Ring, middle, index, thumb. Ring, middle, index, thumb. Ring, middle. Again, try to keep the beat with me. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Ring, middle, index, thumb. Okay. How did that feel? Show of thumbs again. Ups, downs, middles. Going up was a little harder than going down, I'm seeing for some people. Great. That means practice that. Okay, we're going to put these together now. So we're going to go thumb, index, middle, ring, ring, middle, index, thumb. So we'll double it, right, on each end. Thumb, index, middle, ring, ring, middle, index, thumb. Thumb, index, middle, ring, ring, middle, index, thumb. Thumb, index, middle, ring, ring, index, middle, index, thumb. Sorry, it's harder than it seems to say the names of those fingers. Okay, how did that feel to people? Going up and down? Okay, so that's in a count of 4, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and then 4 down. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to move this to a 3 count, which is going to be the same motion, but we're not going to double the ends. Right now, we've been doubling when we get to either side, right? We're not going to double. We're going to go down and up, down and up. So each string just gets 1, right? So thumb, index, middle, hold up, thumb, index, middle, ring. Sorry. Thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, Sorry, I am like failing spectacularly at being able to say these. We're going to go with numbers instead. And on your right hand, the thumb counts as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. How did that feel? Once we went to the numbers and it was better to be said. Yeah, great. Okay, now I want you to do the same thing except play an A minor chord. We're going to do the same pattern. Go ahead and put your middle finger on that second fret, right? And we're going to do that same pattern. Thumb, index, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Was that any harder or did that feel fine? Felt fine. Great. Okay. Now.
Going up is a lot harder than going down.
Going up is harder than going down. Absolutely. So that's where to practice, right? Is exactly there then. Okay. That's probably really hard to read, isn't it? Hold on. Let me put a color behind that and see if it gets easier to read. Change background.
If you pin Rabbi Daniel's screen to make it larger, does it easier if you're looking at gallery view instead?
How's that, everyone? Can you read this? Great. Okay. So I want to make myself zoomed in here.
Although the bottom third of the last...
Yeah, I can see that. That's fine. Well, okay. I'll move myself when we have to. Just trying to get it so you can see my hand moving best as you can. Okay, so what I want you to see here is that this tablature is the exact same thing as what we just did. You see, I even put the chords up top for you, right? You see C, A minor, right? So go ahead and put your C in, and we're going to go that 0 means an open, meaning you're plucking it without putting a fret down. 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0. Do you see that? Does that make sense right there? That's the first part of this. Until it says A minor is... Is there anyone who's confused by that idea of what I just said, though? Let's make sure we can clarify that.
I think Rabbi Daniel, when you start the strum, don't you start it on the top string?
You started on your G string, correct. So that's look on the left here. Yeah, that's a great point, Linda. Look on the left here. You've got a guide as to what string you're talking about. The bottom here.
I see why, because I see original sound. I don't see the document, so I'm not seeing that chord. So is that a C under there?
That's a C. So what you're looking at is a C, right?
I see. Okay.
So.
Wait, Daniel?
Yep.
Why? So I'm looking at the strings and you have them as G-A-E-A. Shouldn't it be G-C-E-A?
Yes. Yes. I don't know why that happened. Yep.
Makes so much more sense to me.
Yeah, okay. I did this on an online app, and it just looks like it wrote it wrong. But it is definitely G-C-E-A. Yep, sorry.
What does the 0 mean?
A 0 means you're plucking it without putting a fret down. The number tells you which fret to put it on. Does that make sense?
Yes, and would it be correct to say that you don't, like if you look at the second C chord, C, A minor, C, your finger isn't down there yet, right? Because it says 0, 0, 0.
Okay, hold on, I'm gonna explain this again. I think that will be helpful for folks. Trying to figure out how to get rid of that C, or change that to a C.
So what's a little confusing to me is exactly when I change the chord.
Yep, sorry, hold on. I'm going to explain all this in a second. I'm just trying to fix it so you've got that C on top of it. Okay. Here you go. Now it at least has the right letter there for each of them. Okay, just look at this for a second. I'm going to play this top line. It says, do you see where it says 0003, then 002, right? Everyone sees what I'm looking at there. That's in order. That's in time. So the first 0 is your G string. That's the string that is closest to your chin, right? Hold on, Linda. I'm going to mute you.
Oh, sorry.
So I am going to pluck 0, which means it's open, meaning I'm not playing a fret over here. Open, open, open. Now on the A string, you see it once it has a 3 there. That means we're going to put our finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. That's just a C chord, right? That's all that's happening here is we're playing open, 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 3. Does that make sense? Open, 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 3. That's all that's happening there. It's just a C chord, and it's telling us how to strum it then. Open, 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 3, and then it's going back up. Open, open, and now it wants me to put a 2 there. You see that? Wants me to put a 2 on the G string. That means that we're going to be playing an A minor chord, right? Because that's all that an A minor chord is. Put a 2 there. 2, open, 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 open. Now we're going to lift up the 2, and it's open again. Open, 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 3, open, open, 2, open, 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 open. Did that make sense? I just did the whole top line. Is there anyone confused by the logic of that? Nope. Ray, you're confused. Great.
Well, I'm a little. The only thing that's confusing me is when when it's exactly what makes a complete chord, and I guess it's a count of 6.
Yes, we're in a 3 key. So sometimes it's a count of 6, but sometimes it's not. And you don't need to know when it's a complete chord. I just gave it to you on the top so that you can see it. But generally the chord changes when it plucks the G string, by the way, if you look at that. We change on the G string. Ray, yeah. Ray, you looked like you had a question.
No, I'm struggling with the open. The 0 means that it's open.
Open meaning that you don't have any fret down. You're just plucking the string without putting a fret down.
Okay.
That's what open means. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, sorry, these jargon words that I don't realize are jargon. Yep. So open just means that you're plucking it without any fret being placed on the left hand, right? As opposed to a 2, which means that the 2nd fret is being played. A 0 means no fret is being played or open. Okay, so is there anyone confused by that top line then? So the top line is the exact same. Remember that pattern we were doing where we were going thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, ring, index, middle. If what you do is you change between a C and then an A minor, that's all that top line is it's going back and forth, up and down between a C and an A minor. Okay, from the very top, we're gonna just play that first line over and over and over again together, okay? So pull out your ukulele. And you can go ahead and put your fingers down on a C chord, right? I know that 3 is not there yet, but go ahead and play that C chord from the beginning. Have your fingers in the shape, and it'll be ready to go. So here we go.
Daniel,
Yeah.
a very quick question. Do we play, like, let's say we play the C, do we keep holding it down, or do we, when we're finger picking, or do we play it and lift it right up?
You can use your own judgment on what sounds nice at that particular moment. That's a stylistic call.
Okay.
For this song, I'm going to let it ring.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, this is Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, if that wasn't clear yet, that we're playing here. Okay. So we're just going to do this first line over and over and over again until it's easy for us, okay? And then we're going to go on. So here, put your finger down on the C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Open, open, open. 3. Open, open. 2. Open, 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 open. 3. Open, open. 2. Open, 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 open. From the top. Open, open, open. 3. Open, open. A minor. C. A minor. Again, C. A minor. Now C. And A minor. Okay, and end with a C. How was that for people? How did that feel? Were you able to do that? Was that difficult? Let's see show of thumbs first. In the middle. William, I'm going to call that a success story if this is your first time and that was in the middle, right? Though I think this is actually a nice thing to start with. You can sort of begin with this also, because you can just learn this way separately. Yeah, Linda.
Okay, so I'm just figuring out this on the second C. We're at 0, 0, 0, 0, then 0, 0, 0, 3. You're just putting your finger down there ahead of time, right? You're just moving from A minor to C there. Like you're not waiting. You're not leaving it open until you get back there. Is that correct?
I don't know. I'm going to play the line for you and you give, I don't know. I don't quite understand. Here's what I'm doing. I am moving to the chord at the beginning of the chord. It just lets me know it.
Exactly. Okay. That was the only thing that confused me a little bit. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So now let's go ahead and try that second line. So now again, look at those chords. It might be helpful to see the chords at the top, right? So we're going to do it's the same strumming pattern all the way through this line. So we're going to do the F, up and back down. Now G, G, and then C, and back to G. Did that make sense what I just did? We're on the second line, okay?
Do you hold down the chord? I thought you go right back to 0. It seemed like you held F longer and G longer.
Oh yeah, I'm putting my finger in the chord shape and I'm playing it. And then I'm putting my fingers in the chord shape for the G. And I'm strumming up and down and then the chord shape for the C. Did that answer your question, Mom?
Not exactly, because you still have the zeros on there. I think she's confused about the same thing that was confusing to me, Daniel. That when you see a 0, you think you shouldn't put your finger down, but that's not correct.
The 0 means that that string is being played with no fret on it. The fret, remember the number tells you what fret it is. So look at the second line. It's an F. If you just put your fingers in an F chord for a second. And we're just going to go from the string that's closest to your chin down, from the G string down, and we're just going to say what fret your finger is on. It's on fret 2, it's on fret 0, it's on fret 1, it's on fret 0. Do you see that? So,
Rabbi Daniel, when we're learning in normal, like if you just looked up tablature would they have those chords up there, or they do it without those chords?
Often the chords will be there.
Often, because that's very helpful, because then you sort of, yeah, okay.
So let's try this again. Everyone play an F chord. Put your fingers in an F chord like this. And just look at the chord and say for each string which fret the finger is on. So this is on the 2nd fret, right? That's on the 2nd fret. The next string is on the 0 fret, right? The next string is on the 1 fret. The next string is on the 0 fret. I just saw like a nod of understanding. Is that a concept that makes sense to everyone? So all that we're seeing with that 0 is it's telling you that you're plucking that string at that time. And that you're plucking it on the 0 fret, meaning that string is open. Right? There you go. Good. Yeah, I can see the understanding. Okay, so back to that the second line now, right? So 2, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Now we're going to the G chord, so move your hand to the G shape, and then it's going down 0, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, and then back to the C. 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, right? Okay, does this make sense? Anyone confused? It's okay to be confused. It's a totally new concept, but let's make sure that we get that confusion out of the way if there is. Okay.
My only okay, I'm sorry to be Mrs. Question here, but it would be if you didn't have the chords up there, how would you know exactly when you changed the chord?
You wouldn't. You would just follow along, right? You couldn't just play it to... Right? You just follow along and it'll move you to that chord, Linda.
Okay, thank you.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you have to play one finger per string? But you're saying you can use your thumb, or as long as you can only play one string at a time. Does that make sense what I'm asking?
Are you talking about your right hand technique now?
Yes.
With your right hand technique, what I recommend is that you assign one finger per string. Thumb, index, middle, ring. And that string is always the responsibility of that finger. So anytime you're playing the G string, the string closest to your chin, it's your thumb. And anytime you're playing the A string, the string closest to your toes, it's your ring finger. And then you'll notice that what I do is I plant my pinky. Do you see that? How I plant my pinky down there? And it just roots me, keeps me in place. And this is the technique you really want to do. And the reason we're doing it this way is, right, so we're going to start with this, where we're just going up and down, right? Which is the easiest of the strums. But next we'll do something, next week or whatever it is, where I'm going thumb, middle, index, ring, thumb, middle, index, ring, right? So we're skipping around. And then we can start working on things like... Or, I'm just like making up things there. But sounds like that become really easy as little steps that we take.
That sounds super cool.
Yeah, it's genuinely not hard. We will get there. Okay, but in order for us to get there, we have to go back to making our way through our first song. So let's go back to it. Okay, so let's take that first line again, right? So it's just going from the C to the A minor, the C to the A minor. So we're going C. Oh, let me turn on the original sound for you. Sorry. 2, 3, C. A minor, now C to A minor, again C to A minor. We're just gonna do this top line over again, C to A minor. Over and over, don't stop. C to A minor to C to A minor. Okay, go ahead and stop. Now we're going to go on to the next line, which is going to be F down and up. Now G down and up, G. Now C down and up. And G down and up again. We're going to do that line again. Here we go. F. Now G. Now C. Now G. Okay, how did that feel? We're going to take middlings and ups. Absolutely. We're going to call that a success story today. Okay, now we're going to put the first and the second line together. We're going to go from the first to the second line. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. C. A minor. C. To A minor. Second line, here it comes. Now F. Now G. Now C. Ending with the G. Let's do those again. 2, 3. C. A minor. C. A minor. Here comes F. F. Now G. Now C. Now G. How'd that feel? Okay. Now I'm going to show you the next line. The next line is going to get a little trickier because we're going to change up the strumming pattern a little bit. We're going to go C. Now we're going to, now look at this. We're only going to play the first 3 strings. So we're going to do F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that make sense what I did there? Look at that bottom, I'm blocking the bottom string, aren't I? That makes it difficult for you to see. Let me move that. Okay, bottom line, right? So it's the C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3. Look at the tab. Look down there at the tab, and you can really see how this goes, right? So it's the F is just 2, 0, 1, and then those same 3 strings, open, 2, 3, right? So in that pattern, we're skipping your A string. The string closest to your toes doesn't get played there, right? It goes 2, open, 1, open, 2, 3. Does that make sense? So look down here. Look at the F right there. Right below my finger. You see the 2 that's underneath that F, right? That's a 2, open, 1, 2, open, 1. And then it's those same 3 strings again. Open, 2, 3. So it's different, right? If you look at my this hand, it goes this thumb, index, middle, and then thumb, index, middle, right? It's a different strum. Thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, and then back to the C for the full. Thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. Does that make sense? Yeah? Even it should be difficult, but makes sense. So let me sing this for you, which might be helpful from the top.
Move yourself. Rabbi Daniel, can you move yourself a little bit?
I'm only going to sing the bottom line here, so that's why. It
Okay.
goes like this. The F, the G, the minor fall, and the major lift. That's not a C, that's a A minor. I wrote that chord wrong over here, though. Okay. Judy, you were not muted, but I could hear you, and you sounded great. So you're doing it right. I muted you now, though. Don't worry. Okay, so let's try that bottom line together. Ready? Open, open, open. 3, open. Now here comes the F. Thumb, index, middle. Now play the G. Thumb, index, middle. Now the A minor. Thumb, index, middle. Ring, middle, index. Now F. Thumb, index, middle. Ring, middle, index. Right? C, F, G, A minor, F. Right? And then the king's about to get baffled after this.
I'm sorry.
Because you changed the C to the A minor.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah. Yeah, Mom.
I know I'm being up.
No, it's okay. We got to get the idea through.
Okay. I still don't quite understand how you know that you are using 3 strings in this area and then going back to the 4-string pattern.
Okay, look at the, So look at the bottom line, right? Look at the F, right? It doesn't tell you to strum on the A string. There is no 0 on that A string. The A string is just not listed. It's meaning it's not going to be played. You only play the notes that are listed. That's the beauty of tablature. Does that make sense? Great. No, these are good questions. These are important questions to help people understand this. This is a different way of reading music that is pretty common in fretted instruments as a way of providing music. Unlike like traditional music notation, it doesn't tell you the length that you play each note, right? Which is less than helpful. But it's easy to read once you get used to it. Okay. Any other questions here? Okay. So let's try playing all. Yeah, Amy. Or was that you strumming? Got it. You were flourishing with your hand. It was good. Okay, I am gonna make my webcam go away, and we're gonna try playing all of this in a row. You ready? We're gonna start actually just by playing the top line a few times. It'll get us into the mood, and then we will. I'll tell you when we'll go on. 2, 3. C, A minor, C, A minor. Do that again. Top line again. C, A minor, C, A minor. Okay, we'll do the top line one more time and then we're gonna go on. C, there was an A minor chord. David played in an A minor, the Lord. Here comes F. Here we go. Now F and G and C. Now G. Here comes the third line. C goes like this. The F, the G, the A minor, and the F. Okay, how'd that feel? How'd all three go? Ish? We'll take middle. We'll take middles and ups. Okay, so I want to just talk music theory here for a second on that bottom line. Just a little bit of where Leonard Cohen is having some fun with us here. So the bottom line, right? Starting with the C. It goes like this. The fourth, right? So let's remember we're in the key of C, right? In the key of C, what is your fourth chord? It's an F. What's your fifth chord? It's a G.
G.
Right? So keep that in mind that your fourth is going to be an F and G is going to be the fifth in music theory. So Leonard Cohen's words here are, right? Starting at the bottom line. It goes like this. And then when you hit the F chord, the fourth. And then the G chord is the fifth. And now we're going to play a minor chord for the minor fall. And now you only have to add in one finger here to change the chord. The major lift. Right? So the whole bottom line the lyrics are the chord changes. It goes like this. The fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. Right? And of course, if you'd rather strum this rather than finger play it, it's the same thing. Right? I see there was an A minor chord from the top that C played in A minor, the Lord. Now F goes to G, goes to C. Now G turns around. Third line, it goes like this. The F, the G, the A minor, and the F. So when you're practicing, if you want to practice chords as well as or instead of the others, feel free to do that. There's only 2 more lines that we need for this whole song. So let's go ahead, even though it's adding in a lot, I know, let's go ahead and move over here and do this. I think that green is a helpful addition here. So hold on. Let me just add it in.
Rabbi Daniel, I wonder if some of us would like to hear you play it, like play one chorus through with the up at tempo so we could just see the whole thing.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Happy to do that.
Do it both as a finger picked and as chords.
Okay. Do you need to be able to see me? How important is seeing me?
No, we need to see the perfect.
Fantastic. Okay. I'm going to turn on original sound, make sure everyone's muted. Okay, you want me to play through it? Is that what I'm hearing? You want me to sing the chords when I do it? Is that easier? That's the thing to do? Okay, here we go. From the top. And at speed, is that the goal?
Yes.
Okay, here's full speed. Ooh, I did turn on yeah, there it is. Okay, now I'm going to take it from the top. Here we go. See, there was an A minor chord that C played in an A minor, the Lord. Now F. F, really, G for music, C, U. Now G, third line. C, then the fourth, the G, the A minor fall, and the F lift. Let me switch it for you here. Oh, and I didn't put the chord names in here, which is going to make it difficult, isn't it? It goes G, then E minor, then A minor. Halle F, U, Halle A minor, U, Halle F, U. That's kind of a funny lyric, isn't it? Halle minor, D, C, and to G, back home. So there's actually another line of tablature in there that I should write out that I didn't. I can do that for us. Let me put in the... I totally would not have noticed that if not for Kathleen's face. You helped me realize what I was saying there, Kathleen. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so we have this is a, so go ahead and look at this and you should be able to even figure out yourself what chord this is, right? Open, 2, 3, 2, right? If you put those fingers down like that, all of a sudden you're in a G chord, right? And open, 4, 3, 2. will give you an E minor chord. Okay, now look at this very last line here. Right there, or the last thing in the top line. Do you see how they're on top of each other there? 2, 0, 0, 0. That means you're just strumming in A minor. You're playing them all at the same time. Okay, let's do the same thing down here. Go ahead and play along with this game with me if you can. 2, 0, 1, 0 is in F chord. 2, 0, 1, 0 is still an F chord. 2, 0, 0, 0 is going to be an A minor chord. There you go. And we are missing a line there. It changes up a little bit after that. Okay. So you have these in here now. Actually, maybe what we'll do, we'll take questions. And while we take questions, I'm going to go ahead and create the last tab. Actually, maybe if you see me creating the tab, it'll be helpful for you. Let's see. Oh, it didn't switch you over to the thing. Interesting. Here you go. I can, at least for those of you on Zoom, I apologize, those of you on the other, but those of you on Zoom, you can see me creating it here. Okay, I fixed the C thing there. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna literally key in an F, right? 2, 0, 1, 0. Open, 3, open, open, and then a G, open, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. And let's go ahead and capture that. And then it goes back to the top, I believe. Okay, any questions on this before we call it a day? That's an F.
My only question is how you incorporate that strum of the A minor. Like,
yeah,
for rhythm, how you do that.
Yep, let me just play this for you. Let me play this page for you. Actually, I messed that up. Do you see that? There's a missing 0 there. But that's how I do it. It's just a strum, and then I let it ring until the chorus. Hallelujah. Now I'm on the second
So it's like
line.
a pause.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right, so I'll play this whole line quickly. G, E minor, A minor, Halle F, Halle minor, Halle F. Now we're on the third line. Halle C, G. And then it goes to the top. Now it goes to the C, to the A minor. right? It's on the first page, but okay. Something a little different for us today. Actually, probably not a bad first class for William, because I think whatever you bring to this is a right. Certainly, all the things we've learned up to this point are helpful here, but you can also start by learning an instrument this way. This is another way other than chords to really start from scratch. Okay, any thoughts, any questions, anythings before we say goodbye?
I just want to say thank you, Rabbi Daniel, because you have answered some musical mysteries for me today.
I'm glad to have done so. Yeah, Judy.
Is there any way you could put the whole song on one page?
I don't think so. I think it gets too small, unfortunately.
Oh.
I mean, I could put them in like a Word document and send it to you, and you could print it.
Do that. Would you do that?
Yep,
That
yep.
would be great.
You can print these too.
Can you put it on our song sheet?
This is in the regular thing. You'll find it in there.
Thank you. This was really fun to learn that.
Good. Yeah, something totally different for us, and we'll keep working on it, and we'll keep building these skills. And it's a great way of building more dexterity in that right hand too, right? For those of you, I think it's just Linda and Amy who are guitar players. Amy, I gave you a book, I think, as a gift once. You don't happen to have it near you, do you? I forget the name of it.
Hold on.
Rabbi Daniel, while she's finding that, I just want to say that my block in this area has been that I've done that strum that you gave us today, but then to move on to any of those other fancy strums that you did would be like amazing.
So Linda, look in the chat right now. Do you see that in the chat?
Yeah.
Everyone else can say
Hold it up.
this will only be useful for Linda, so I'm gonna, because it's